Hey guys, MadPhilX here again, and today I'm just going to be going over my complete thoughts and experiences with Marathon so far. As you know, or if you don't know, they've extended the PVE mode until August 18th now. I believe it was supposed to end originally this week, so that means we'll only go about a month without PVE, because I believe Season 3 comes out September 18th, and I'm so excited to see what they bring to the table for PVE in Season 3. I really think that they're cooking with it. And you know, with that being said, let's get into this. So in this video, I'm playing solo queue, which was added this past week. And for those of you who don't know, what solo queue does is it adds times 2 damage, precision damage, and then it also makes the enemies less aggressive. And I've noticed both of these things like right off the bat. The big guys with the purple magnum, and I'm talking about the guys with the shields, I mean, it takes like 5 shots to the head and they're down. And then it also seems like if you turn a corner, like you can take an enemy out, turn a corner, and if there was more enemies, it seems that they're not as aggressive basically. You know, they kind of forget where you are, and I've caught multiple enemies. You know, I'll just do like a little hit and turn around, run, and when I come back, they're walking away, and I'll hit them again. It's made it a lot easier. And another thing I've noticed too, I don't know if this is added or it's just me, but I've noticed that both batteries and security tanks are a lot easier to find out. I mean, by the start or end of the second zone, I mean, I only had 7 batteries, and I'm already security clearance, like 2.5. And, you know, usually I might have like 5 minutes before where I'm in the vault, I'm getting as much as I can, I'm getting out. But now, I mean, I got 10, 15 minutes after I clear the vault still. So it's just going a lot faster. I don't know if that's something they've added, like I said, or if I'm just getting better at the game.
Feeling better.
But, and all this, in my eyes, though, is showing that Bungie is really listening to our feedback. So I think the community just needs to keep it up. I think we can help steer the ship right. I mean, you know, we said, hey, trio solo is too hard, so they added the solo queue, which makes things easier, right? And I think a lot of people are having fun with this PvE mode, so they extended it. So, I mean, in my eyes, this is all good signs. So I say, let's keep it up. Let's keep giving them, you know, our thoughts on this, and maybe we can help steer this right. Alright, so I've had so much fun playing PvE, and thankfully, you know, we did get that extension until August 18th, which means I can play some more. And this means, again, we won't be without it for too long. I think now, you know, we'll be without it for like a month. But these last 2 weeks, like every time I booted up my PS5, 9 out of 10 times I'm playing Marathon PvE. Like, it's really just, it's got that hook, you know, it grabs you in. It has that thing that pulls you back, you know, even when you lose games, it makes me think like, dude, just one more round, win or lose. And I'm not going to tell you that I didn't, you know, lose a little bit of fire for it eventually, but I mean, I'll go over that later in this video. But I mean, these last 2 weeks, I mean, it's really like kept me coming back. I mean, I think I have like 20-something hours in Marathon, which isn't a lot compared to a lot of people on YouTube. But I mean, at the same time, like if I get an hour in after work every day, like that's pretty good for me. And it's really retaining me. You know, there's a lot of good games out right now. Assassin's Creed, Black Flag is, you know, another one I've been playing a lot. Ghost of Yotei I got because that was on sale. I've been playing that a lot. But, I mean, it's just, I mean, I'm reaching for Marathon right now. I don't know what else to say about it. So, overall, I would say Trios is fun. I kind of kept my distance from it because I wasn't really sure how much I'd like it, you know, playing with random people. But, I met a lot of people, both good players and bad players. But, you know, everybody helped each other. We looked out for each other, and, you know, we gave each other tips and pointers. And honestly, it reminded me of the early days of Xbox 360 chat, you know, minus all the toxicity, obviously. If you were there, you know. It was funny, but, you know. But, I mean, like, every lobby I was in, at least one other person had a mic, if not 2. And the people that didn't have mics were in the chat, you know, typing messages. And, unfortunately, the furthest I got in Trios is Vault 2. You know, I think it's just, I could have coordinated better. I wasn't really confident until, like, this last week where I can do Vault 1 by myself. I know what to do. Vault 2, I really don't know what to do too well. And then, going after the boss, I forgot his name. I never did that yet. Every time, like, there was, like, 3 games straight where just one of our teammates would go and get locked in with him, and he was just getting annihilated, and there was nothing we could do. But, yeah, I don't really have much to say about that. So going back to kind of some ideas I have for this. So for solo queue, one thing I think they can implement is give solo players more time. And how they could do this is they could just add more time to the clock. You know, instead of a 30-minute run, maybe have a 40 or, you know, 50-minute run. Or for every successful vault you do, maybe they could give you like 10 minutes, right? And then another thing too is solo kind of sucks because so you need T2 cores to get any backpack that's over an 8. So I only have the 8 backpack, and it's not enough to fill the vaults with T1 cores. I mean, I don't know how many cores are in there. You know, it's probably somewhere between, I don't know, 24, 30, and I can usually get, I can empty 2 of the boxes and maybe take 2 or 3 from the other box, but I'm still leaving cores behind, and it just feels kind of like a waste of a run. So it would be cooler if maybe they took, because I think T2 cores, I think it has 2 or 3 backpack upgrades, so give one of those to T1, right? So solo players can have a better chance. So, going back to how it kind of got boring at the end of the 2 weeks, I think that they need to add more PVE maps, which, you know, hopefully happen in Season 3. I really think it might. Vault Breakers, I mean, I've had a lot of fun, but again, after these 2 weeks, I've kind of grown tired of the same map. And I think if they want a dedicated PVE mode, I think that this is a must keep players around, because when they added Vault Breakers, you know, they saw that spike in players, but then it comes right back down to where it was before. And they're trying to retain those players. And I think, you know, if they do it for every map, I think their whole goal here is to get people comfortable enough in the PvE mode to get them to go to PvP. And if they do it for every map, then I think, you know, it will be more fruitful for them. Now, another thing I'd like to see them add is if we could run PvE without the sponsored kits, because again, it kind of gets, you know, it's boring using the same 2 weapons every time. And I know I can pick up weapons off the ground, but it's just not the same. It's almost like letting us have a firing range, but in a PvE mode, right? Just let us, you know, test the weapons, see how they are. And going into that, I think it would be cool too if they wouldn't let us extract with our gear. You know, because I've had runs where I've gotten a better backpack and then you lose it, and I don't have T2 cores, so I can't get it. And one of the arguments against this I see is that it's going to hurt the market. But I think if they added like 2 separate vaults where the PvE gear was only good for PvE, you cannot transfer it to PvP, I think that kind of, you know, demolishes that argument right there. It wouldn't hurt the market because you can't sell the gear in PvP, you can't use it in PvP, so I mean, really, who's it hurting? So again, going back, you know, they want more players, and I think if we let Bungie cook, guys, we're going to be surprised, really going to be surprised. And I think if they added an aggression-based system, like Arc Raiders has, to the PvPvE, I really think that would help. Because, right, I mean, Marathon is a sweat fest, right? And Arc Raiders, if you haven't played it, but if you have, you know, it really isn't. And I guess that comes down to what they want, though. If they want a hardcore PvPvE extraction shooter like Tarkov, then they're going to stay the same. And probably get less players, if I'm being honest. Because, I mean, Tarkov has a stranglehold on hardcore PvPvE. But if they want to make, you know, a more approachable game, and kind of go the Arc Raiders route, I think they could attract more players. I really think that I don't think they could win against Arc Raiders, but I think they could kind of go head-to-head and steal some of their steam. I prefer the first-person view and the color schemes and vibes of Marathon over Arc Raiders, and I think if a lot of people gave this game a chance, I think they'd feel the same. But the problem right now is Arc Raiders is just so much easier to play a run and make it out alive without, like, really locking it. It's more of a casual game, I think. And another thing that helps Arc Raiders, too, that Bungie could introduce, maybe not, but Arc Raiders maps just seem like a lot bigger, where you have the chance to run through a run without really ever seeing another, you know, team, anyone else. Arc Raiders maps are a lot more smaller, compact, and it just, I don't think that's really possible. But if they made the bigger maps, you know, and they added the aggression-based PvPvE, I think it would allow less conflict to happen. I think more people would, you know, come in and want to play. And this way, too, they can also focus more on the story, because I don't know, you know, how many people know, but Marathon has, like, really interesting lore and history. And I feel like it's missing from this game. Maybe it's just, you know, you don't have the time really to take it all in, but, I mean, there's so many good YouTube videos on the internet that are, like, you know, I think one of them I watched was 3 hours long, but they just have so much lore and so much history in Marathon, and it's just so interesting. And I you know, I know they weren't trying to recreate the first 3 games with this, but, I mean, I really think they're missing out, because, I mean, it's a really, really interesting game. And kind of going into that, too, I think maybe if they added like some story-based missions or story-based objectives, I think that would really help. Because like I said, I mean, if you guys haven't and you're really interested in this game, just look up lore videos of Marathon on YouTube and you won't be disappointed. I mean, it's really interesting stuff, guys. But that's all I got for now. I will be uploading another video on what I think the future of Marathon could be, right? And that's not saying Marathon 1. It's saying, I don't know if it's just me, but it seems like Destiny, or not Destiny, Bungie, they do a run of games and they're like, yeah, this is boring. I want to try something else. And I feel like that's what happened with Halo, right? They got sick of that after, what was it, Reach or ODST? And then, you know, they did Destiny. And I mean, well, maybe they done Destiny as long as they did Halo, if not a little longer, because Destiny 2 has been around for like 9 years. And Destiny 1, I think, came out in like 2014. So maybe 3 years prior. Oh, maybe, yeah, I mean. But I think, as much as it pains me to say this, I don't think there's going to be a Destiny 3. I think they're over Destiny. If they were going to do a Destiny 3, I think they would have done it instead of putting all their cards into Marathon. But if this is the route they want to go down, I mean, I have some thoughts that I think could help. And, I think it's what the community would want. And I don't think it's what Bungie really wants or what Sony wants. But I think in order for them to be around for another, 10 years, I think that's what they're going to have to do. But anyways, let me know in the comments what you guys think, and then please like and subscribe, if you like this content. I'm going to be uploading some sim racing videos soon, but, I mean, I'm just kind of doing, just gaming stuff, and just stuff I find interesting, but, I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.